Well, a big fear from Hurricane Florence is the storm could stall, bringing several feet of rain and a storm surge to the Carolinas and Virginia.
1 million people along the coast of North Carolina have been ordered to evacuate. Our Brent Ramadna is in Wrightsville Beach this morning. Brent, how are conditions right now?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, no rain yet, but the wind continues to pick up in speed, and that will certainly change once Hurricane Florence does make landfall. You can actually take a look behind me here and see we are on the Wilmington side of this bridge here. On the other side, that's Wrightsville Beach. 8 a.m. yesterday, that's when evacuations took place. Police telling people they needed to be gone by 8 p.m. Now, we just talked to police who said that the majority of people, they are gone. There are a few people who are staying behind, but for the most part, they are not letting anyone across this bridge, even residents, at this time. Now, we did talk to a few people yesterday who were out on the beach, taking in the beach one last time before this dangerous hurricane makes landfall. Take a listen.
One last look, a phrase heard multiple times Wednesday morning.
You know, they always say all is calm before the storm.
And that saying held true as beachgoers were met with a beautiful sunrise, followed by sunny skies.
I don't know when the next time it's going to be that I'll have a chance to do this again.
Daniel Tesfaye fears his daily trips to the beach could look much different when all is said and done.
From what I hear, it's going to be a disaster.
His trip to Wrightsville Beach not the only one on this day. Dozens of people joined him for pictures of the sunrise and beach. Some came to ride the waves, while others, like Andrew Williams, came to ride the beach.
And it's fun. It's a breeze, you know, literally. Come out here, cruise. Just wanted to get across the bridge and check out the beach before the storm gets here.
But as the day went on, a usually crowded beachside community became a ghost town. Empty businesses and buildings, and a few cars left behind as stragglers picked up the pieces before heading out of town.
This is the only day I've ever seen it with nobody out here, except for us, of course.
Or, as some might put it, the calm before Hurricane Florence.
And again, it is calm out here right now. The sun actually just came out from behind the clouds, but that hurricane just hours away. We could potentially see some more wind and rain in the coming hours here. Police telling everyone, get out and off these coastlines while you still have a chance. Guys, back to you.
Hopefully people don't get a false sense of security because that storm was downgraded, because it does sound like it's going to be pretty dangerous. All right, thank you, Brent.
And Kelly Bayern's been keeping a close eye on this the whole time. Kelly, have you been able to make any kind of adjustments or getting a better view of what's going to happen?
Yeah, we're still expecting that landfall to be in North Carolina, but we're going to see impacts all the way down into Georgia. And even right now, those winds really picking up. Sustained winds in this hurricane, a Category 2 now at about 110 miles per hour. We'll see those first walls of wind and rainfall pushing in here soon. And the biggest impact from this hurricane, probably the storm surge. Right now, seeing levels at about 9 to 13 feet forecasted. Again, that's a big wall of water that'll inundate the coast here and cause massive flooding. Also looking at heavy rainfall up to 25 to even 35 inches in some isolated areas as this storm here picks up. And again, this is expected to make landfall later tonight or into tomorrow morning. Here's our bus stop forecast for us, working with a few lingering showers out there. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, some patchy areas of fog. Temperatures in the mid-50s by this afternoon. Looking at a pop-up shower again out there, and those temperatures ending in the upper 60s. Carly.
Well, right now we still have a crash on I-5 southbound. This is before Terwilliger, where it's off to the right shoulder. It's no longer blocking. It's not causing a delay either, so that's looking really good. Southbound, you can get by it just fine. So there's the crash as you see it on the right-hand side, involving 3 vehicles. Again, that's southbound. Most of you will be headed northbound on I-5. And that stall I told you about on 26 westbound inside the tunnel finally cleared. All lanes are open there. Let's take a look at the latest drive times. 18 minutes in from Vancouver on I-5 southbound. I-84 westbound is 8 minutes, and you can expect 8 minutes on 26 in from 217. I-205 southbound looks great in Oregon City. 217 southbound also up to speed. And now I-5 northbound is 19 minutes in from Wilsonville.
Thanks, Carly. The Homeland Security Department is pushing back against Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley. It's after the Democrat released documents showing the Trump administration transferred nearly $10 million from the government's disaster relief agency to immigration enforcement. DHS does not dispute the transfer, but says that money comes from accounts for training, office supplies, and overhead costs. The agency says that money can't be used on disaster response.
It's just kind of a lot of bunk. When you have preparedness lines and when you have lines dedicated to response, that's exactly the sort of funds that help you prepare and address the damage that comes from these storms.
We have plenty of resources to respond. We have plenty of resources to recover. That has not impacted our situation whatsoever.
FEMA funding is currently in the national spotlight as a major hurricane bears down on the East Coast.
Nearly a year has passed since Hurricane Maria ravaged Puerto Rico. The storm killed thousands, and some are still struggling with the aftermath. All of this as the Carolinas prepare for vicious weather over the next few days. Hurricane Maria struck Puerto Rico on September of 2017. It was the first Category 4 hurricane to hit the island head-on in 85 years. And as we take a look at the response effort to the hurricane, the president and Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley have very different views.
I think that Puerto Rico was an incredible, unsung success.
The administration did a horrific job with the recovery, and the president's completely out of the circle of reality when he says they did a fantastic job in Puerto Rico.
FEMA officials say they have made some changes to procedures in the years since Hurricane Maria. Tropical storm Isaac, which was recently downgraded from hurricane status, could pose a threat to Puerto Rico over the next few days. And President Trump is tweeting this morning about the death toll in Puerto Rico from Hurricane Maria. Here's what he said, quote, 3,000 people did not die in the two hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico. When I left the island after the storm had hit, they had anywhere from 6 to 18 deaths. As time went by, it did not go up by much. Then a long time later, they started to report really large numbers, like 3,000. He goes on to say, quote, this was done by the Democrats in order to make me look as bad as possible when I was successfully raising billions of dollars to help rebuild Puerto Rico. If a person died for any reason, like old age, just add them onto the list. Bad politics. I love Puerto Rico. The mayor of San Juan responded to President Trump's tweet saying, quote, this is what denial following neglect looks like. Mr. President, in the real world, people died on your watch. Your lack of respect is appalling. And I just want to add, independently, the number of the official death toll was the result of an independent study commissioned by the Puerto Rican government from George Washington University. There were also multiple studies and multiple surveys done of funeral homes ahead of time where the death total went from the hundreds to the thousands. While the president was there, the death toll was at 6 or 18 officially. That number has officially, on numerous occasions, gone up into the thousands.
Well, 6 people are dead in California after a man opened fire at a home and business, then turned the gun on himself. The shooting rampage started shortly before 5:30 p.m. yesterday at a trucking business in Bakersfield. Investigators say he killed 5 people, including his wife, and before killing himself.
A husband and wife showed up at the trucking business and confronted a male subject at the business. The husband shot and killed the victim at the trucking business. Another subject showed up, fired around at him, and then chased him around to in front of Bear Mountain Sports, where he shot him and killed him.
The suspect's identity and the identity of the victims have not been released. Happening today, the Portland Bureau of Transportation wants to make sure all of you riding those e-scooters around town are safe while you're doing it.
Our Elise Haas is live this morning with more on an event that the Bureau's holding today. Elise, what's going on?
Well, you guys, I did find myself a scooter, but unfortunately I won't be able to give you the joy of watching me ride it on air because I don't have a helmet with me. But we've talked many times about how dangerous riding these e-scooters can be, especially if you aren't wearing a helmet or following the rules of the road. So today, all 3 of the Portland scooter companies are going to be giving away more than 500 helmets for free. That's right, and we all know that there are probably tons of e-scooter riders who could probably use one. And the Portland Bureau of Transportation is hosting an e-scooter safety event today in downtown Portland. You can find them on the corner of Southwest Broadway and Oak. This is in an effort to better inform riders as a part of the ongoing education efforts during its electric shared scooter pilot program. Both during and after the pilot, PBOT will conduct an evaluation of the program, including surveying Portlanders to determine whether scooters are compatible with Portland's transportation system. By law, scooter riders must wear a helmet and can't ride on sidewalks. And according to city code, scooters can't be used in city parks either. And so the event will be going on today from 10:30 in the morning until 1 this afternoon. And again, you can snag your free helmet in Southwest Broadway and Oak. So y'all know where to find me at 10:30. Reporting live, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
Okay, and we were saying that scooter actually looks big compared to you, Elise. Yes.
Jumbo scooter.
So yeah, definitely.
It is.
All right, thank you.
It's 6:41. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you.
And we're live at the Portland Fall RV and Van Show. Catch the sneak peek coming up next.
And we're starting off a bit foggy out. Those showers have generally tapered off after an impressive day of rainfall yesterday. Still some showers this afternoon. More on my full forecast in just a bit.
Well, we still have a crash on I-5 through the curves. I'll give you details on that and show you the backup that's starting to form on I-5 in from Vancouver.
Hey, if you're looking for your next home away from home, the Portland Expo Center is the place to be this weekend.
It's the 35th Fall RV and Van Show. Cora Harlan's there showing us all the new rides. Cora, what do you got for us?
Pretty nice, huh? Yeah, it is. Oh, we got a massage chair in these travel trailers from Be Young RV. Can you see? I don't know if you can hear this or not, but this thing has got a real motor and a massage chair. Oh, my God, I could fall asleep right here. This is Jake Pierce with me enjoying a massage this morning. How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me out, Cora.
It's good to be out here with you now. So let's talk a little bit about selling the dream here to people, right? We've seen the big motor coaches, the 1%er motor coaches, right?
Yeah.
This is a value that you can get into for $200 to $300 a month. It's a nice travel trailer. It's pretty well appointed. And you're talking a little bit about people and their need to get out on the weekends, right?
Yeah, there's been some studies recently that have shown that the United States worker doesn't get out on vacation much, which is sad. We're one of the most overworked cultures in the world.
Right.
And I think we work hard enough. We deserve to have some fun
on the weekend. And this is not a lot of fun. You say you just get you get up on Friday, you throw some stuff in the fridge, and off you go.
That's all you got to do. There's actually a lot more campsites available. There's private RV parks that are popping up all over the place. It's made it really easy, really affordable. We just encourage everyone to come out and see what we have. I mean, this is a great venue.
You got a lot of RVs, travel trailers, toy haulers, as Adam kind of gives you a look around. The kitchen is beautifully appointed with some of that nice countertop there. And the bedroom, private and secluded. That's got a sliding door in there that Mom and Dad can get away from the rest of the family and go back in there and sleep, actually, while the kids stay out here and raise Cain. And swinging around here, Adam, too, I want to show you the one thing that kids love about these. My kids would have been up here this morning, but they stayed up too late last night. Those are cute, cool kids' beds, and for the kid at heart as well. That's not a bad place to sleep. And I want to also show you again, before we send it back to you, Trevor and Jen, the bathroom. Always got to have a look at a bathroom before you buy anything here. And that bathroom is a lot nicer than the bathroom that I see most of the day and most of the week, and a nice shower in there too. So come on out here to the Expo Center. It's all weekend show. Jake will be out here selling these for Be Young RV. A lot of dealers out here, over 20 dealers out here. So come on out here, Portland RV Show through the weekend, the Northwest's largest RV and trailer show. Jenny and Trevor?
Yeah, it might be time for a bathroom remodel, Cor. If I mean, I just feel like you're always talking about how your bathroom is no good.
Or I'll just live in a trailer. I could do that.
Or that. Yes. Okay.
You got options.
Yes.
That's for sure.
King of the throne.
Probably get a good deal on one this weekend.
There you go. Yeah. Definitely. Strong sell, Core. He always does the bathroom shot last, too.
Yeah.
Always closes with the best.
Yeah. Most of the day and most of the weekend, he must spend a lot of time
in the bathroom.
Yes,
those
doesn't surprise
bunk beds were pretty cool, though.
Yeah, the
I'd
bunk
take one of
beds.
those.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right.
All right, time for weather traffic. Carly, you're first. You got a couple different crashes on the map.
Yeah, and some of them have cleared, which is great. So the I-5 southbound one cleared recently, just within the last 5 minutes, and that was right before Terwilliger. Let me show you this situation we have on Gibbs. It's not an accident, but it's a downed tree. So a downed tree reported on Gibbs near Fairmount, and you can see that I-5 southbound doesn't have that crash anymore before Terwilliger. It was off to the right-hand side after blocking the center lane earlier, and traffic is up to speed there. You won't find the crash. It just cleared. I-5 northbound is getting busier through the curves. We haven't seen any major backups just yet for that stretch. This is I-5 southbound, very heavy right around SR 500, picking up after the interstate bridge. You hit Delta Park and you'll hit the brakes again, and it will stay that way until right before going, where it picks back up. It's an 18-minute drive on I-5 southbound from SR 500 to the Fremont Bridge. This is 26 starting to line up here at the Sylvan exit, and in from 217 it's a 10-minute drive. On I-5 northbound, it's 23 minutes from Wilsonville to downtown. Most of the congestion you'll find will start right before I-205 here and pick up after Nyberg. Over to I-84 now, where westbound is 8 minutes in from I-205. There's congestion from I-205 to 82nd, and then it improves. You saw the I-5 southbound commute earlier, which is 18 minutes. But if you take the Glen Jackson Bridge, it's 14 minutes from SR 500 to I-84. The I-205 southbound commute is 12 minutes from Highway 224 to I-5. And finally, 217 hasn't slowed at all, so it looks great southbound and northbound. Kelly?
Well, yesterday, some impressive rainfall across Portland at the airport, clocking in about 0.82 inches. Take a look at that photo behind me. That is the lightning that we saw. Very isolated cells worked through, and this shot sent in to us by Alexander. Thank you again for sharing that. Just a look at that cloud to ground lightning. Pretty impressive, and a lot of rain fell across the city yesterday, even shutting down some stores and blocking off some roads as that ponding water again puddled up. Here's a look at rain totals across the region yesterday. In areas like Portland, about 0.82 inches, but down in Salem, not much, just a few hundredths of an inch. So again, we saw those isolated cells rolling through and then moving out pretty quickly. All this happened in just a few hours over the evening. A look now outside. We were very foggy out this morning, but we're seeing that fog lifting. Cloudy skies out there. For us, temperatures around 54 degrees now, 53 for a dew point. So we are very moist and saturated out there. So still looking at some areas with that dense fog this morning. So watch out if you're driving out there. Just be careful on the roads. We are seeing that that dense fog in spots. Here's a look out on our satellite radar. We are still tracking this low system here swirling off the coast, throwing some showers now at the beaches. Out in Portland, most of those showers have mainly tapered off, but we'll still see some showers here moving towards the northeast into Portland through today. So as we heat up, we'll see that convection working in and a chance for some pop-up showers. We'll keep it mainly cloudy today, some sun breaks in there. But again, this afternoon, a chance to see some pop-up showers again. Looking like not too many thunderstorms out there for today, just some heavy rain cells. That energy mainly moving eastward. But again, chances for some very heavy rain cells out there near Longview up in Washington, Portland, getting a few showers as well heading into this afternoon. By the weekend, we'll keep a chance for showers in the mix there through the valley into Friday, tomorrow afternoon, also through the weekend, Saturday, and also into Sunday as well. So showers really sticking around for the weekend. A chance for some sunshine as well, but again, mainly showery weather out there for us as we head into tomorrow and the weekend as well. Fog for the morning at the beaches today. Scattered showers out there too. Temperatures in the mid 60s in the valley. 70 degrees today in Portland, in the upper 60s for Salem, McMinnville. Out eastward, Madras 70, Bend 68 degrees. Pretty nice eastward. We'll see a chance for scattered showers in the morning time, but again, afternoon sunshine working in. In the Dalles today, 72, a little bit cooler, but afternoon sun as well. Here's our 7-day forecast. 70 degrees for today. We'll keep those temperatures in the upper 60s. Pretty wet weather through the weekend, but heading into Monday, we'll see that sunshine moving back in and temperatures near 70. We'll be right back.
The Oregon Zoo continues to showcase its many residents on social media. Check out this video posted yesterday on YouTube. Rosie the sloth is seen hanging out, crunching into some yam and apple slices. Rosie is a lineous two-toed sloth. Zookeepers say she's a rescue who helps educate visitors about the dangers of the illegal wildlife trade.
That's the life right there.
Totally, right?
Upside down.
Who doesn't like some yams and apple slices?
Don't even have to open your eyes.
Right.
People point the camera at you. Talk about how great you are.
Yep, make it on TV. All right, let's look at your weather and traffic right now. And has that fog pretty much all moved out at this point?
In Portland, it really has, but some areas still seeing some patchy fog, so just be careful out on the roads this morning. Temperatures today ending near 70 today, in the upper 60s for parts of the valley. We'll keep pop-up showers through the afternoon as we heat up there, but those thunder showers mainly moving out eastward into eastern Oregon. So still some wet areas today. We'll see sun breaks as well through the weekend, back in the mid-60s, a little bit cooler, and a chance for scattered showers through Sunday.
Well, right now we're going to take a look at the Portland metro area and see the latest drive times. You've got 21 minutes on I-5 southbound in from SR 500. The I-84 westbound commute is a 10-minute drive from I-205 to I-5. 10 minutes as well on 26. That's eastbound from 217 to I-405. There's not much slowing on 205 southbound near the Abernathy Bridge. It's 12 minutes only from Highway 224 to I-5. 11 minutes on 217 southbound. And the I-5 northbound commute right now 24 minutes from Wilsonville to the Markham Bridge.
Well, don't go anywhere. Kelly's had us covered with Hurricane Florence so far this morning. CBS this morning just coming up in a couple minutes with more on Hurricane Florence's potentially catastrophic landfall. And then we'll see you back here at noon.
Bye.